The former member representing Ehiozuwa Federal Constituency at the House of Representatives and APC chieftain, Honorable Ehiozuwa Johnson Agbonayinma, has declared interest in the office of the Governor of Edo State in the 2024 election under the platform of the All Progressives Congress. He was at the palace of the Oba of Benin to seek royal blessings, where he made his intentions known. Agbonayinma, a member of the Code of Conduct Bureau, CBB, representing South-South Geopolitical Zone, was very committed in fighting crude oil theft in Nigeria. Joining us now from our Abuja studio to discuss his governorship ambition and his support for the renewed fight against oil theft in Nigeria is Ehiozuwa Johnson Agbonayinma. Good morning and welcome to the morning show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Good morning to all Nigerians out there.
Well, Honorable, good to have you again on this program. Before we go to your ambition...
Dr. Abati, how are you doing, my brother? God bless you.
I'm good, thank you. Before we discuss your ambition to be governor, let's start with the subject you met on the program, which is crude oil theft. Another vessel has been intercepted. It's been blown up again. The last time you were on this program, we were talking about crude oil theft. Are we making progress, or what we're dealing with is just media hype? Your take.
Well, I want to say, without fear of favor, that I'm happy the way things are going. The present government, especially, first of all, congratulations to my former speaker, Right Honorable, Femi Gbajabiamila, who is now the Chief of Staff, because he was part of these, movement about these undeclared crude oil that left Nigeria to global destination. When I moved that motion outside, then he was the majority leader of our, party in the House of Representatives, the 8th session, and he was among those who supported this motion, this drive, how we can fight the menace of corruption. Now he's the Chief of Staff, and I believe and I hope, he will do needful, just like he did the support that he gave me in the past. And not only that, it was even during his speakership, they also appointed Mr. Right Honorable Mark Bila to investigate the undeclared crude oil. And I'm talking about the money sold, oil money that's supposed to be brought back to Nigeria, but they are lavishing outside this country, for the detriment to all Nigerians. So I think I'm very confident. I'm very confident that this government will do the needful and follow into the latter, because it's a cancer. I've said this over and over again. It's a serious problem that needs serious eradication, and it's going to need collective effort of all patriotic Nigerians. Mr. President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFRO, cannot solve the problem of this menace alone. All of us together, we have to do the needful. And I think they have started well, and I pray that they'll end well. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Honorable Agbonayinma. Now, still talking about oil theft, what's your take on, beyond the interceptions, beyond the burning of vessels, investigations, head-on investigations, and prosecution, taking them to court? You had spoken on this matter previously with regards to more efforts needed to curb, and prevent oil theft beyond just interceptions and apprehending the vessels. It's the people, the faces, the cabal behind the oil theft and sponsoring these oil vessels. How can we make headway in that way to ensure that beyond these media announcements of burning vessels, we also see prosecutions?
Well, like I've said before, I have full confidence that this present government, under the able leadership of President Tinubu, and I know for a fact, I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever, I'm very confident with what I have seen so far. I haven't had some opportunity to discuss with some of those in government the areas how we can combat this menace. It's going to have to require a very combative measure, because those involved highly placed people in the society. I'm talking about powerful people that have billions to fight back. When you fight corruption, guess what? Corruption fight back. And this is what I have experienced over the years. But I will say this, that it is unfortunate where we have found ourselves. If you go back, as of last month, when I traveled to US, I had the opportunity to visit Lumos. Lumos is one of the biggest company in the world that have a mapping system monitoring every vessel leaving the shore of any country. I was surprised to see that vessel still leaving the shore of Nigeria. Yes. And I want you all to join hands with the current government, because I believe heads are going to roll with what I know that Mr. President wants to do. He's ready to break the barrier and break that cabal. It's a serious cabal, because if not, they will always try to derail the wheel of his progress, and they will fail. Because knowing the past antecedent of our president as a governor and as a leader of repute, and he's a good leader who understands the scope and of trying to solve the problem of the nation. And all those that are putting things in place, we have a new president, maybe he doesn't know what is happening, doesn't know what is on ground, but I can tell you, with the security reports over that I know, I have so much confidence on this president that he will break the back of those. I don't want to insult them, because I wanted to use a very profound word, because it makes me sick. It is unacceptable. It is pathetic. It is disheartening what is happening to Nigerian people. What some few cabal have turned this country to be like.
Okay, Mr. Agbonayinma. You came last to the show, and you had a lot of data as regards how ships were taking products out. And you have some more data about these people that form this cabal, like you say. Can you avail us some of the data? Can you tell us those people based on the research you've done? And you said you also looked at Lumos's portal, probably when you were in America, and you saw vessels. What kind of vessels were those vessels? Were they illegal vessels leaving? And is it that this Tantita security group has not done enough, that vessels are still leaving, or the people are just so powerful? You have so much data. Because I remember you said if you release the data, the country will shake. Who are those people? Talk to me.
Well, the good news is, let me say, good morning, Rufai. I want to say that, I work for the government up to today. I'm a Federal Commissioner Code of Conduct Bureau. When you are doing investigation, it is not to just put things in the public domain. But I can tell you that the current president is aware, is privileged to all the information that is going on. Just be patient. So you're going to be surprised what he's going to do. I am confident.
So you want to,
I am confident.
Hang on a minute. You want to confirm to me that President Tinubu knows the cabal that perpetrates crude oil theft in Nigeria as we speak today? Is that confirmed based on your report? Is that confirmed?
Let me tell you this. I'm not his spokesperson, but I'm telling you, with what I know, I have confidence, full confidence on Mr. President, because I don't want to put just put the information out there like that. No, there are processes of doing things. But I'm telling you, with what I know as of today.
No, you brought it the last time.
With joy.
We saw the information the last time. You brought a chart the last time of all the information.
Yes. But you have to give him opportunity to review it. All this information that we had over the years, you have to study it. And he's working towards that to the best of my knowledge. And I am very, very confident with the way he has started. Nigerians are going to see what they have not seen before with what I know today, because he's angry. He's not happy with what is going on in Nigeria. Our resources have been stolen. Crude oil, take it from this country to a global destination. And when you fight corruption, corruption fight back at you. Look at the way he tackled the issue, where some of the marketers and the cabal wanted to derail the wheel of progress. But he had to stand his ground. So let's be patient. And at the end of the day, Nigeria will be proud that we have a president that's willing to put Nigeria first and do
Okay,
the needful. I am confident without fear of
those
favor.
ships you say
The
that are
information,
leaving Nigeria.
Hold on.
Those ships you said are
Yes.
leaving Nigeria that you saw in Lumos, are they illegal ships or legal ships? So that maybe we can tell Tantita to look for them now. Those ships that are leaving that you saw, when was the ship
Let me tell you, you just saw one. I was just watching, Arise, what you all saw, how some of these ships apprehended. These are some of the ships. But the most, pathetic fact is that how are they able to put all this together? So that is the surprising part of it. But I believe the Nigerians, patriotic Nigerians, should rise up and stand up to support this government, because their own strategy is not the way you want it to be. They have their own strategy to combat this menace. And it's reducing, let me also tell you, because the fear of the unknown has kicked in. So people are afraid that, there's a new sheriff in town. Like before, this is what I was told. By the Lumos, they used to have rabbit, like sheep leaving the shore as if there's no tomorrow. But right now, it is reduced to the barest minimum. A lot of people are afraid that the new sheriff in town is going to deal with them squarely. And those at least apprehended will face the wrath of the law. Because over the years, people apprehended, what did you do to them? They go scot-free. But until there's repercussion, when you steal government's property, what belongs to Nigerian people, then you must face the wrath of the law. Because until we obey the rule of law in this country, we will begin to always continue to just speak and speak and speak without result. But is this the time to all the media outfit to join hands? Let's look forward how we can change the narratives.
Honorable Agbonayinma, now let's talk about your gubernatorial ambition.
Yeah, Dr. Bati.
2024 governorship election in Edo State. You've been meeting with stakeholders. Are you in this, like seriously?
Yeah.
Or you are a placeholder for some other people? And what exactly do you have for the people of Edo State? Some of the statements that I've seen, you've been talking about women. You want to be governor to address women issues? Or do you have some other things in stock for the people of Edo State? Tell us how that is going.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Abati. You know me over the years. We'll be friends for a long time. I always stand for what I believe in. If I mention women, yes, they are very important. At least it was a woman that brought it to this world. But apart from that, the youth, the leaders, they are all, part of in moving the state forward. You have to involve everyone, sons and daughters, home and abroad. It takes a village to raise a child. It also takes a village to make Edo State a better place. And it is possible, it is achievable, it is doable. If only all of us collectively put our heads together. If being a governor or hoping that only the governor can solve the problem of Edo State, no, I don't think so. It's going to require a collective effort of every Edo sons and daughters, home and abroad, to put Edo State right and place Edo State among the best states in Nigeria. And I am capable to do just that. I'm not saying that the women are the only one. Yes, our traditional institution, our teachers, our traders, our market women, our artifacts. I'm talking about artisans. You have people who are bricklayers, who are just carpenters. But those people also engage others. And it's going to take every one of us to do the right thing. And I believe, for me, I'm a team player. It's about team effort, working together, working as if there's no tomorrow. Because if we don't do something now, the future will judge us. So it's about time we rise up without being partisan. Let us not play political shenanigans. Let us not play ethnicity. In Edo State, we have 5 major ethnic groups. We have the Edos, the Benins, all ones, Asian, Afemine, Akwedo. But guess what? All of them have the origin from Benin City. We are all one family. One family that if we think about the future of our state, the way it is right now, we need a total change, total rehabilitation. And I believe, by the grace of God, with Almighty, our ancestors, God will place me to solve and to help to put Edo State in the right perspective. And I believe I can achieve that. I can do that with the grace of God. And by the grace of God.
Thank you, Honorable. Talking about collaboration, you've gone to seek the support of the Oba of Benin in your bid to contesting for the position of Governor of Edo State. What was that like? What was the reception like? Because as a royal father, he would not be seen perhaps to... Did you get his support? Did you get his, blessing to go ahead? And then second thing is this issue around the zone. So a number of people have said why the current governor is from the Edo South, you're also coming in Edo South, to give other zones an opportunity. That why are you stepping forward again being from Edo South?
Thank you very much, my dear Ayo. Let me say this, that the Oba, our Oba, that is Oba of Benin Kingdom, Eware II, the Ogirigan. I must say without fear of favor, Oba Atokbe, he said, thank you very much, Dr. Betty. Now, I'll say this, that the Oba is the father of all, is our father. And going there is just to let the Oba know, because he is the number one when it comes to the Benin Kingdom. You know, we reverent to him as our king. And I don't just want to go out there without seeking his support and his prayers to let him know my intention. And that's what I did as a good son of the Benin Kingdom. And I was overwhelmed the way and manner that my Oba prayed for me. Not only prayed for me, you know, the joy, the smile in his face, you know, it was just as if, you know, God was just coming down. And I get too emotional sometimes. I can only thank God Almighty and our ancestors that our Oba is an Oba for all. It's not partisan. It doesn't play politics. Like I have always said, you are all my children. And he did what he was supposed to do. I can only say, Oba Atokbe, for giving me the opportunity to visit and pay courtesy call to His Royal Majesty, our great Oba. He's the only Oba that is known all over the world. There's no other Oba like my Oba, Oba Eware II, the Ogiriga. You know, thank you very much, Dr. Abati, for knowing fully that Oba Atokbe, that's how we greet. And going further to answer your question about the issue, to answer my sister's question. Truly, I'll say this. Edo State, we are one. There's a phrase I always use, Edo Okpa Makin, we are one. Regardless whether you are from Edo South, Edo North, or Edo Central. Guess what? When a road is constructed, whether you are from Edo Central, Edo North, Edo South, you apply that road and get the benefit. If an hospital is built, you will also enjoy the benefit. If you have good educational system, you will also have the opportunity to enjoy it. If we have good transportation system, you will be glad that Edo State is working. So it is not only for Edo South, Edo North, or Edo Central. It is for all of us. When things are going well, we must appreciate each other. So the issue of that, oh, it is my turn, Edo Central, like they are saying, they are my brothers and sisters. I love them. Most of us, we are friends. Most of those that are aspiring, it is their right, their fundamental right and constitutional right to aspire. You can't stop them. But it is also my constitutional right and my fundamental right to also aspire. So it's just a plain field. Let's go to the field, buttress your point. Talk to the people. Negotiate with the people. Let the people know what you tend to do when you are given the opportunity to serve. It's not about shouting, oh, it's my turn. Let the best person emerge. And I believe I'm one of those, and I believe that I can move Edo State forward. And without fear of favor, I can say this,
Okay.
Yes, I have the capacity.
Okay.
I've done it before.
Okay.
As a member House of Rep,
Okay.
when I was in the House, motion move, bill sponsor, I was able to bring constituency project to the doorstep of my people, giving women empowerment,
Okay, Mr.
youth empowerment.
Mr.
I was able to place so many of our sons and daughters with different jobs. Yes.
A lot of people watching are saying, are we being serious here? What about Edo Central? That the last time Edo Central had somebody was, our famous professor of Edo State then. And now, what are we having? I think even the last time Edo Central had somebody was Professor Sumbo. That's just it. Edo not producer, that was Oshiomole. Ambrose Ali, the last time Edo Central had a full tenure, and you even know how that was truncated. Then Professor Sumbo, that was truncated again a couple of months. So are you saying people from Edo Central don't even have a part in all of this? Is it that we have just even left? You are saying Edo is one now, it's so easy to say. But what about Edo Central people, the Esan people? Secondly, let's also talk about your empirical economic plan for Edo State. That's the second question. But the role of Edo Central in all of this is that they shouldn't even aspire again. Because the North has had it, the South has had it. Edo Central has not been there in a while. Professor Sumbo, since the last time the court took him out, and since the days of Ambrose Ali. So is that how to bring justice and fairness to Edo?
Rufai, politics is about numbers. Politics is about majority. Politics is about the people. And democracy is for the people, by the people, and of the people. There's no one man or woman that can say, yes, it must be me. He must be able to go out there and convince the people. They have the right to aspire. But the issue of saying, oh, it must be Edo Central because they've not had it for some time. Yes, are you not telling us, we, Edo South, with population of over 58% and with landmark of 60%, to the Central District, that is about 70%, that of 58%, if they're able to negotiate their way out, fine, but you don't have the right to say it must be you. It is the people of Edo State that will decide and say, yes, it is you that we are supporting. And if they are able to convince the people of Edo South, so be it. But I'm telling you, the game of politics, it doesn't work that way. The game of politics is about the majority. The majority will always have their ways, while the minority will have their say. If the issue is that, oh, Edo Central must be. No. Politics is never played that way. All over the world, this majority that will always decide what happened. It is when the majority now found that, look, these people have been able to humble themselves with sense of humility and able to put out there things. It's about sheriff formula, appointment. What can you do? What have you done lately? But you cannot just come to Edo South people that have over 58% majority. And at the end of the day, you are telling us we are not important. Edo North is about 23% or more than. But I'm saying they are also aspiring all over the time, over the years. Every Edo sons, Edo Central, Edo North, Edo South have always contested. When it was we were contesting Edo South, the people of Edo Central contested, Edo North contested. When those in Edo Central were contesting, the people from Edo South, Edo North contested. So now, if because Edo South is aspiring, Edo Central is not saying, no, it must be their turn. It is never done that way. Rufai, you know better than that. Let's be fair to ourselves. This is not a child's play. This politics is not about for children. This is for adults. It's for negotiation. It's for discussion. Tables are made for discussion. To be able to persuade each other, having superior argument on the table, dialoguing, reaching out. Because Edo Central they are part of me. People don't even know. My mother is from Ebuato and partly Ewoimi. My mother is from Edo Central. My father is.
You want to claim
Benin.
Edo Central now?
I'm not. No, don't stop that. Stop that, my dear. This is serious business. I'm just telling you, fair and play. I don't like tribalism because you know why? It was white men and women who gave me the huge support in America. They didn't say, oh, you are a Nigerian, you are an African. They saw me for who I am. And they were able to lift me up, giving me support. I wasn't born there. I lived there. But they gave me moral support and everything. They didn't say, I'm a Nigerian, I'm an African. Why should you play?
So why did you mention?
Shenanigans?
Why did you mention that your
That's
mother
what
is from
we're playing
Edo
here.
Central? Why did you have to mention that your mother is from Edo Central?
I'm mentioning that. I'm trying to tell you, to let you know that Edo State, we are one. That's the reason why I'm telling you this.
Okay.
Let us not whip sentiment and begin to play to the gallery.
Honorable.
I am saying this without fear of favor. I am standing for Edo State.
Honorable.
I am standing for Edo State. I worked for Comrade Adam Oshomole when he was governor. I said, Edo not man. But he was fair to all of us.
It's not a big deal. Our fathers come from somewhere. Our mothers come from anywhere. Your identity is your identity. Don't let's worry about it.
Thank you.
But let me ask you. We introduced you as an APC chieftain. And now you are also a member of the board of the Code of Conduct Bureau. APC man?
Yes.
In the Code of Conduct Bureau, don't you see some kind of contradiction here? If the CCB is considering a matter that involves people from other political parties, are they not going to feel, oh, that APC man there is not likely to be fair to us? Do you see a contradiction here? Are you likely to step down from the board of the CCB as you pursue your ambition to become governor of Edo State?
Of course, you know very well that what the law says, as I'm aspiring to contest for the governorship, definitely I have to step down from that position. You know that. But that notwithstanding, over the years, Dr. Abadi, you have seen me as somebody who stands for the path of truth. I have done that. I have exhibited that as a member, House of Representatives. All the investigation that I did, those that were members of PDP or APC or Labour, I didn't see them that way. I saw them as a Nigerian. And when I dealt with the issue, I dealt with the issue on merit. This is not about APC or Labour or PDP. It's about we, Nigerians. The issue, what is our problem in this country? We begin to blame others when we should be blaming ourselves. What have we contributed lately to the development, for the enhancement of this great nation? As a person, I have done that, Dr. Abati, and you can attest to that over the years. You have also congratulated me on many occasions, what I have done. This is not about me, it's about our people. If I'm given an opportunity to serve, I'm only going there to go and serve. It's a service. And that's what I'm doing in the Code of Conduct Bureau. What I'm doing in the Code of Conduct Bureau, there are those who are APC members that we have been, we have brought the book. They are PDP. There are those who belong to other political members. But the issue remains, one Nigeria. We have taken an oath to uphold, to defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended in 1999. I cannot do anything other than that, but to follow the rule of law, to support the government, to do my part. That's what I have done. That's why I took it upon myself to investigate the undeclared crude oil that left this country. Let me also tell you, when I was in the House, I was the one that investigated the Nigerian Railway Corporation. I was formerly a board of director in that Nigerian Railway. But guess what? Those that were found wanting, to the glory of God, the speaker then, Dogara, and the majority leader then, Femi Gbajabiamila, all of them put their heads together to do justice. And the most important thing today that I'm so happy that Right Honorable Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila, who happened to have been the Speaker of the House, who stood in the path of justice, fairness, how we can eradicate corruption, is now in the executive. So I have no fear that he will do justice, he will do we bring fairness, and we prosecute to join Mr. President. Those that have derailed the will of progress of this nation, we brought to book. A lot of them have been arrested. Look at the Accountant General that we, Code of Conduct, have investigated. Over 200-something billions. What has happened to him? People are arrested. What are the repercussions? When there are no consequences, what do we do? This is not a blame game. This is not about me. It's about the nation. Let's put Nigeria first. My passion for this country, I don't need to tell you, Dr. Abati, because you have said it to me on different occasions. This is where I stand. I cannot change myself. This is me. What shall it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? We came to this world naked, and when we die, we ain't taking nothing with you. It's about the people. It's about serving humanity.
All right. Thank you, Honorable. Let's talk about your plans for Edo State. If I had asked you earlier, I don't think you had the opportunity to ask in terms of your economic plans for the state and perhaps other areas that would be your focus, main focus area if you were elected as governor. Beyond that, also an assessment of the previous administration. I mean, this is a PDP administration in Edo State. Started off when it was an APC. The governor was an APC, but now a PDP governor in Edo State, and you're looking to wrestle that position from the PDP. How do you think your chances will fare being a PDP state? But first, your plans for Edo State.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you, my dear sister. Yes, Edo State deserves to get the best. The people deserve good governance. Like I've said before, governance is not just about the governor, it's about the people. Collective effort. Talking about the economic part of it, I want to say this with, sincerely, I've been able to draw people from home and abroad to the table. Our blueprint, our strategy, our plans. I don't want to wait until the last day. I'm happy to tell you that some of my brothers and sisters, some came from America, from Great Britain, from Italy, from Canada, from Lagos, from Abuja, to Benin City, just for the past few weeks. What are we doing? Sitting down to strategize how we can change the narratives, because the poverty in our state is unbelievable. The youth today have not been able to have gainful opportunity. Now, when you talk about the market women, those little business men and women, they are the ones that contribute immensely to the development. Because when they are able to be given opportunity, either soft loan, and they are also able to pay taxes. Because Edo State, we don't have any business that we can say, this is what we are generating. We only depend on federal allocation. With the meager, internal revenue, that has been generated, what have we done with it? The little resources that has been given to the state can be used to change Edo State. I have the opportunity to have worked with the government, and I understand what is happening. When money is coming in, it's going out through different means, not being used for the purpose it's supposed to be used for. And if the people that are supposed to benefit, be the beneficiary of what is coming to Edo State, having infrastructural development, building roads. I'm talking about infrastructural development, good roads, especially the area of ecological problem, the gullic erosion that have pervaded, that have reduced the state to the lowest. When it rains just for 5 minutes, the businessmen, the market women can no longer do business because everywhere is flooded. And based on that, you're going to reduce the money that's supposed to be generated will be nowhere. That's part of the economy. So booming economy. In terms of the entertainment, Edo State is known for artifacts, art, and culture. That is another source of huge revenue. If we are able to harness, thank God to the Oba of Benin, today, the artifacts that have been brought to this country with the support of the former President Buhari, who gazetted that all the artifacts must be returned back to the original owner, which of course, the Oba of Benin is the original owner. Don't forget that these artifacts have made billions and trillions of dollars and euro and pounds outside this country. Now they are being brought back. That is going to be another source of revenue for the people of Edo State. And the palace have done well. The Oba have done well, try to fight for his right. Today, all these artifacts are being returned. That is another source where government support the traditional institution, where government support the market women, where government support the youth, the teachers, the traders, those hawkers, hawking. These are businesses. These are people who have worked so hard to put ends meet in their family's table. The government is only Nigeria. For me, in Edo State, look, in America, there's what we call soft loan given to, the market women, the youth, the teachers, the traders, those who want to do business are willing to engage in business. Looking at technical institution, that is why I always respect our late father of blessed memory, Dr. Ehiozuwa. What he did, he was able to energize the technical schools, training carpentry, bricklayers, so that at the end of the day, when they come out, they have been engaged, be equipped with all the various, infrastructure, giving them tools to work. And when they also employ people, when they are generating money, they also bring it back to the purse of the government. The government is not only just to open their mouth, waiting for federal allocation to come, waiting for security vote to come. And when it does come, what is it now being used for? The people are not benefiting from what is coming to Edo State. We need to change all that. How do we change that? Involving the traditional institution. I was in the House 2017. I sponsored a bill why the federal government must involve the traditional institution in governance, because they are closer to the people. The traditional institutions are closer to the people than even we as governor, that by the grace of God, if I am governor, even today, as of today, they are not being carried along. They are not involved in governance. I supported that bill. There was a reason why I did that, because they are closer to the downtrodden. They are closer to the local people, to the grassroots. They are closer to the men and women of each various local government. So we're going to require having a... Mr.
Agbonayinma, I mean,
Can I just round up, please?
Okay, round up before I ask you more questions based on what you're talking about. Go ahead. Just round up, please. Go ahead, sir.
We're able to have what we call a town hall meeting quarterly, where you are able to talk to different stakeholders, hold meetings to interact, to know what are their needs. You won't be able to reach out to the populace because they can also get feedback from you. It's give and take. You can't give what you don't have. But guess what? Because they are closer to the people, the traditional institution, so we want to be able to involve them and bring them and let everybody coherently and put Edo State in the best of the best in this country. It is possible, it is doable, it is achievable, if only we put our heads together.
Okay, let's even see if you have a grasp of the problems in Edo State. As we speak today, what are the problems? Number one, what is the unemployment rate in Edo State as we speak?
That's a good news, Mr. Rufai. Because, see, for me, I'm not one of those aspirants that likes to castigate others. Because if I have to speak on that, it will be very, very unfair to me. Because
I said, give me a number. What's the unemployment number? What's the unemployment rates as we speak now in Edo State? The number.
Well, to the best of my knowledge, the unemployment rate is almost 60%. Almost 60%. Almost 60%. We are talking, when you're talking about unemployment rate, how do you come about that? There are speculations. Where I'm talking about facts and figure. As of today, Edo State sons and daughters are living, they are traveling. Edo State is the number one where you have migration. People leaving their own state. Traveling through the desert. Because of what? No employment. They went to school 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 8 years because of strike, And when they are out, no jobs. And even when they are being given, it is peanut. What can you get? What can you do with 30,000 naira, even minimum wage? What can you do with that? So it's only our sons and daughters home and abroad that are in America, in Europe, Italy, Canada, that are bringing money to sustain the people of Edo State because their children are out there. Without them, without the Edo indigenous in abroad, I can tell you, Rufai, would have been a different story. This is not a joke.
Thank you so much for your time, because we need to go now. Thank you so much.
Serious business.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Agbonayinma.
Honorable Agbonayinma, for joining us on the morning show. Thank you very much indeed.